like to think that I know a lot about farming, but really, he's the MVP.
I know I need to turn that off.
Okay, I'm off to head to the Swine Institute in Sedalia, Missouri, which is where our state fairgrounds are here in Missouri, as I mentioned. I've been asked to speak on a producer panel to talk about sharing our story and how that looks today. So myself and two other producers are going to talk to other pork producers about sharing and advocating for ag. So that should be interesting. It's just a short panel, but I feel really blessed to have been chosen to talk on behalf of the pork producers, but then also that someone thought that I was worth sharing. So that's exciting, and it kind of just fuels my want to share more about the pork industry because it's important. It is a great industry to be advocating for, and I am honored to be a proud pork producer from Missouri. Quick trip to the office and no bills. That's a win. Whoops. That's a super win. 2 days of mail, my in-laws are out of town, and to have no bills, like, that's a big deal for us. It's not often that I make it to the state fair. The pork producers have an amazing place to eat here at the state fair, but we just don't make it over. It's always a busy time of the year for us, so I'm not really familiar with the state fairgrounds. We never had show pigs or anything like that. And so I'm here and I have to walk up the biggest hill because of what parking is around this place. It's all taken. So I'm just gonna get a little exercise in my high heels. See? Okay, so it's done. I think it was all of 45 minutes. And I definitely had a different perspective on public relations and hog production. The two gentlemen that sat up there with me, they had some adversity in their counties for hog production. So when they went to build the barns, the neighbors had a lot of concerns, which I think is definitely important. And so they expressed and gave a lot of tips on getting your community to trust you. I got my gear because you always get free stuff at stuff like this. And then my take on it, because we had really good public feedback on our barns that we built back in 2014 and even all the way back in the 90s. And I think that's directly attributed to the reputation that my in-laws have, which is like the best family to be a part of. I'm so lucky. But I came at it as like a bigger view, because the people voting legislation through are generally uninformed. And if you've never seen a pig or anything ag, it's not that you are being malicious or you don't like ag, it's just that you're uninformed or maybe misinformed. So I just walked like forever. It was interesting. Remember when I said that my main job is in the office? Well, today I got back to the office after going and speaking yesterday at the Swine Institute at the pork place. All those fun pig names. And I think that they kept our mail for 2 days, because the junk mail that was in the mailbox for the 2 days that I came in yesterday morning, got the mail, and I was like, yes, no bills, whoo, yeah. And then I got the mail today, and I'm not kidding you, the stack of mail was this thick. I'll put a picture, because it's like, you can't even make stuff like this up. And I'm not sure why I'm surprised, because that's my job and I used to pay bills, but like, holy shnikes. Hey, Rhett.
What?
When you grow up, what do you want to be?
I don't know.
I'm just trying to get into my bedroom. 2 doors. This is like a false door. Doesn't even. You know who locked it? She's 2 years old. She has curly blonde hair. She's a little terror around the house. Yeah, her name is Reese. I don't want to swing. You swing. You swing. Yes. Swinging's just not my thing. Like, I love my kids. I do. Gosh, I love them. But this, pushing her in that swing, like, I just would rather sit and watch her play or pay attention to her in different ways. But swinging is just not my favorite. What are y'all doing? What are you guys doing? I know, what are you doing? Throwing rocks? Oh, don't throw it at Sis. Don't throw it at Reese. I don't think Reese is very happy.
Nice day. Come here, Reese.
She's mad.
Hey, you have a fun day with Nene?
Hi, Jordan.
Hey, how's it going?
So, Farmer Jordan,
Yes.
tell me what you're doing.
I'm transferring fertilizer from the hopper bottom to the spreader truck so I can spread it onto the field. What's up, buddy? Hi, Reese. Hi, Reese. What? Did you? Good job. Come here, Reese. What are you doing? Mad? Makes you mad. How about turn around? No.
Whee! Can you give me a kiss? Hi.
That feeling when you've been in a log barn come up, and when I just went, it made me
You were
laugh.
laughing at me.
Yeah, I was laughing at you. I turned this Mustang into an F-250 4x4.
we are on our way. I drug Jordan with me. He actually got to come with me to work today, I suppose you would say, instead of, he got all the guys lined out this morning and he got to come with me, which is kind of a fun getaway after the long harvest that we had.
Bring your husband to work day.
Bring your husband to work day and make your husband take pictures of you. He doesn't know he has to yet, but he's gonna have to take pictures of me.
That's not in my contract.
So we are heading to St. Louis. I got asked to be on a farmer panel for farm credit services. And it's actually young farmers. So there's 2 farmers from Missouri and 2 farmers from Illinois. And we're going to be talking to farm credit employees about ways that we communicate, ways that we feel they could communicate better with young farmers. So we're kind of speaking for young farmers in this panel, which is such an honor to be asked on that. I mean, I consider myself a farmer, but like sometimes I maybe get, I forget that we are young farmers and influential in the industry. So Jordan, do you consider yourself a young farmer?
Not anymore. I'm starting to get a little age.
No. What? I wonder what age you stopped being a young farmer.
40.
40? Okay, he's got a long way to go.
I don't know.
How old are you?
40.
No, you are not.
31.
Jordan's 31 and I am 28, so we still have a long time before we technically are not young farmers. And by that time, shoot, Rhett will almost be a young farmer.
Maybe.
Hopefully. We had such a traumatic event happen to us, and FCS never wavered at us rebuilding, and I really genuinely mean that. I'm not just saying that because you guys all work for FCS. They really stood by us and guided us through the process of the insurance, getting the insurance check. There wasn't any rush on our part to push the insurance company. Like, they were just very comfortable, and I think that's a mutual relationship. We have a mutual respect for each other. I also like the check at the end of the year. That, or it's maybe at the beginning, I don't know. Whenever that check comes, thank you very much for that.